"2019 has been coined the year of the return by Ghana's President Nana Akufu-Addo, giving fresh impetus to the quest to unite Africans on the continent with their brothers and sisters in the diaspora. A timely reminder for me, a first-generation Black British citizen of the United Kingdom. My name is Jide Adetunji, co-founder of GUAP. Both my parents were born in Nigeria and settled in London to pursue a so-called better life on the gold and diamond-coated streets of Peckham and Wilf Road. This trip would be my first time returning to West Africa as an adult. Ghanaians are surely making a global impression, and their country is rapidly becoming a hotbed for trendy millennials looking to indulge in the high life of Accra, with thousands flocking to the capital each December to party and take part in the thriving culture emerging within Ghana. We wanted to get ahead of the action and see exactly what goes on that is attracting such global attention from the diaspora and more. Do you know the area it is that we're going to? What it's called?
Is it Osun?
Osun, yeah. Cool. So right now we're on our way to Osun. We're about to go link up with the Surf Ghana Collective, find out more about what they're into and how they got into skating and why they're trying to get more young Ghanaians into skating. Me personally, I'm quite interested to see how they're going to do it. Right now there's loads of concrete around. I want to see if they've got some ramps. But yeah, man, maybe we could get on the board ourselves and try it out, but I'm excited, man.
So my name is Sandy, I'm the founder of Surf Ghana. The idea was just to see, maybe we can discover Africa in general, Ghana in a modern way. Exactly. And I know that people, even in Europe, they don't have the image of Black people surfing or skateboarding. So I was like, yeah, we could do that. You know, sometimes even in Africa, people need to see that they can do it to do it. So we just started like this with an Instagram account, with friends and trying to grow the community. We teach maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, now it's 50, 60, you see. And yeah, this is how the community grew. And now we do our own events. And the next project for us is to build a skate park. Why? Because we don't have any infrastructure, you see. So the idea is really to create a safe area to teach people how to skate.
Okay, my name is Joshua, and I prefer you calling me Jay Ganugi. I'm from Accra, Labadi to be precise, and I'm a member of the collective called Surf Ghana. What I would say is, skateboarding is not our culture, but like we're trying to adjust to it because not all of us love to do the same thing. I for say I'm a skateboarder, but I don't really like hip hop. But one way or the other, I feel connected to the culture. Like skateboarding has something to do with the way you live, the way you talk, and the way you dress, right here. So a lot of times you see people on the streets who are into hip hop, who are into fashion, who are into music and other stuff, but they're not skateboarders. But the fact that we do what they love, one way or the other, they feel connected to us. So once in a while, we hang around with them just to showcase our talents, and it feels awesome. It's cool. How am I coming? Because I'm gonna come like this. Once you get it up there, take the 10. So now you get back a little bit. Balance yourself. So first, you should know how to start that way. No, it's just trying to make a store on the ramp. We call it the axle store on the ramp. So I'm just giving him some guidelines how to get it right.
To ask to show you any form of skill because one, I'm a photographer and I learned skateboarding because I wanted to make better photos of the skateboarders and stuff. So I don't know any tricks, but the right person would be Joshua because I mean he's the coach. He's been skating for almost 10 years. We're trying to like develop a community, and the more people who are involved, the more they can go back home and convince their parents. But if it's just us, it's gonna become elitist. Like only this group of people skate, and they're so cool that we can't even talk to them. But we want to be like them, so we're trying to say, oh, you want to be like us? Wow, we can teach you how to do that. Like when you start skating, you learn about the clothing brands. When you learn about the clothing brand, you learn about fashion, you learn about magazine, you learn about writing, you learn about music, you learn about this. So it's all like an indirect way, an indirect education, you see. That is, you don't want to stay in school, why don't come on the street and we teach you how to get it done, like in another way. I mean, there's the effort you have to put into learning skateboarding, and the dedication and the being passionate and being loyal to the cause, you know. Because some people come in for the clout and everything and just pose with a skateboard, but how long can you go with it? That's always like the point.
So Sandy, what's going on here?
Yeah, we are preparing the skate prom for an event. A brand sponsors us now, so we try to make a skate prom for the event. So what we like is we paint the ramp according to the design of the brand, you see, so it's really cool. And people are gonna try to skate for the first time in Ghana on Saturday, so I'm really happy about it. What I like about skateboarding and surfing is like, I think they are the only sports that we cannot consider only as a sport, you see. It's more a lifestyle. If you talk to a skateboarder, the skateboarder is just not a skateboarder. He could be a carpenter. There are a lot of people are artisan actually. You know, they're really creative, and for me they really inspire freedom actually. They don't want to follow the people. Every time I'm traveling, I notice that this is the common point. We're really looking for freedom. It's just something that I see in the eyes of the kids, you see. They don't know really how to skate, but they just take the board and they do what they want, you see. So the style of skateboarding in Africa is different from Europe, and they don't even try to copy, they just try to make their own style. What is really new about this sport is like now these sports are involved in Olympic Games, you see, it's really new. So I think Africa is gonna take it seriously soon. I think skateboarding have a great future in Ghana because for now there is no road, okay? But in 10 years we're gonna have road, and as soon as we're gonna have road, I can assure you that all the kids gonna skate because the kids here, they're just waiting. I open the doors, they're just behind my house, they're waiting for the skateboard. I say, yeah, can we skate, can we skate? And what I like the project of this is like, we invite people, we share with them, you know, our project, and when they stay here, 20% go to the association that we founded, and we support the sport. So it's like social business, I like it. It's our skate house in Osu, so you are invited. So there's not a lot of light, sorry, but so wache is rice and beans. Okay. You see here, everybody eat that. Wow. So this is the station.
Wache. I would have said wache.
So you need to try tonight.
Okay. Is it nice?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool. I'm gonna show you the place.
Okay.
Looking at life from a good year clip, boy.
So now the next thing is balance. Remember how we flip God sideways and balance on it perfect. Make sure you're able to balance same way. That way you'll be able to have the use starting back. So drag it slowly like this. Drop it. That's it. That's good. First try. That's good. First try.
On our way out, we saw a little concept store called Local House, where all the clothes are made and sourced from Africa. We popped in to have a chat with the team.
It's a concept store. Every piece you see here, everything here is made in Africa. Every piece here, every single. Mostly Ghanaian brands, they are Nigerian brands from Cote d'Ivoire. This part is the feminine section. So you see more female stuff, you see the accessories, rings. These are where the skin products are. Currently, there's a sale going on. That's why you see mostly almost the same. This from one brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Duro, I say Duro. Yeah. That's some of this stuff too.
So yeah. Anytime you guys come around, you can get stuff from here. When you want to get like gifts and like very, very authentic things made by Africans in Africa to any of your friends. And this site is called Local House.
So what kind of stuff do you guys sell here?
This place still has the teas. We have stuff like more street, skateboard, urban stuff.
I like it. And the art as well is made by Africans.
Yeah, everything.
I love that.
That's what I think.
Everything here. Everything is here. Okay, I'm Frankie. I design. So I have a brand, The Weird Cult. Yeah, it's a design team based in Accra, Ghana. Yeah, I do it with him. So that's it. Yeah, we've been doing it for 3 years now. Yeah, it's not easy. Even till now, it's not so easy though. We're still trying to build. It's a new brand. Yeah, 3 years is not so long. So we're still building it. We're still in the process of making it, an international brand. Hopefully, yeah. We have a couple of stuff here. It's one of our basic teas. That's the symbol, that's the cactus. Anytime you see this cactus anywhere, you know it's us.
I like that. Is that the logo?
Yeah, that's the logo.
No puppets of society.
Yeah.
I like that. The Weird Cult. Yeah, that's it. Do you guys sell online as well?
Not yet.
We don't have an online store yet.
Yeah, it's because like the how do you call it? Delivery and
Yeah.
postals and things like that. It gets very complicated when you're doing like exchange rates and all that. So you have to kind of have like be very prepared and have like a set thing, like maybe a very active account, like everything has to be on some level because it's usually very expensive for people who are already even inside and using other postal services. It's just expensive. It's expensive at the moment because some of the platforms are very fresh and people are not really dealing with like exporting things except if it's like a big company. So if you're like a cool startup that you just have like a minimal following and you're still like building and growing, it's very difficult to kind of get into like that street until
If you're talking Ghana and fashion, this next guy has to be one of the waviest guys in town. Boss, designer, and overall fashion enigma. Joey Lit, the founder of 3D Youth Ghana clothing line, is definitely leading the charge. He's found a way to mix his passion for fashion with his love for his community. Him and his team are making dope streetwear pieces whilst donating money and resources to unprivileged kids across the city.
I'm Joey. My government name is Jonathan Kofi. Joey Lit on social media, and I'm Free the Youth CEO, designer. And Free the Youth is like a collective of like young creatives who use African-inspired street style to like empower the youth of Ghana and the whole Africa to like get into the world of art and fashion. Yeah. So Free the Youth is an NGO which is helping like young creatives develop their talents and like come out. But first we didn't have money, so all our money we can generate is through these clothes we sell. So the clothes is what generates funds for our NGO programs. And you see our shirt Ghetto University. That was a collab with Theater, and Ghetto University is actually like we trying to host like a workshop programs like once a month. We are now writing proposals for space. I'm trying to talk to some other people for space, and when we get that space, young people can come and learn how to screen print. I know a lot of people in the entertainment industry like K-So who can teach them how to produce beats, and like it's gonna be like a whole educational workshop where people can develop their talent. So that's like the main aim of our NGO, to just teach people how to be creative and how to develop their talent. So that's where freedom comes from.
Rasta flair, same way Rasta flair.
Yeah,
we not joke, we not back chat. Yeah,
David
no
Magazine,
too long talk.
from youth, they've been supporting us from the beginning. So it's like our OG friend. That's one of my crew members coming. That's the model I was talking about.
What's up? What's up?
Everything good. Everything good.
Just for the even who got his shirt says soy on leg.
Okay, Frida Youth started in 2013. Yeah, with my collective, but we were only two by then, I and Kelly, and we're just taking photos just to show the outside world how nice Ghana is, you know, because mostly when you watch like documentaries and stuff about Africa, it's mostly like war and hunger, and yeah, so we're just taking cool photos in cool places. But people started like liking our stuff, people started following our stuff, like paying attention to us. And we also come from like a place where like opportunities are hard to get. Like Tema, like it's not easy for you to like as a kid be in art or something and like blow up. So we started like that's when the name Frida Youth came about, and we started making clothes in 2015. When we made the clothes, we weren't selling them, we were just wearing them ourselves just for clout, and just we gave like Kwesiata, he was part of us, Before Bona, Kofi Mole. This Kofi Mole's brother shop though. Yeah, like with all these people, they were upcoming musicians, so we were giving them our clothes for like stages and stuff, but we weren't selling their clothes by then. And people started like, the clothes started making buzz. So like late 2015, that's when we started selling till now.
So how easy is it for you guys to like source the materials and kind of put everything together?
Okay, since we were from Tema, we had to find it ourselves, because Tema market is not that big like the Accra market, you know. So like after high school, we had to like run to Accra to look for stuff ourselves. We have to develop plugs and stuff. We have to ask questions and stuff. So like, and also the owner of this shop, C Blue, he's been in the business for like 13 years or something. So he knows where to get stuff. So he gave us idea on like how to get clothes, good shirts and good materials and stuff. But some also like we have Kobe Remedy too. He's in our team. He's like the arts director, and he also goes out a lot to like scout for thrift clothes. So he knows where we can get stuff too. So yeah, so it's like questions and answers, and that's what brought us here. Let me be cured. Me, I don't see the thing.
Container.
It's really good. I'm saying cured.
It's here for the or it's still there. I said the Christmas, December.
Okay, I'm Joelle. Welcome to Circle, the busiest place in Accra. And this is Sablo Boutique, where Frida Youth we stock our stuff here in Accra. So actually, we don't have our own shop here, so we stock all our stuff here. And you know, they have a variety of sneakers. So when someone gets like our Ghetto University Chicago Bulls colorway, they can have like a sneaker to go with it. Maybe they can if they want to buy a sneaker. That's why I think here is a good spot for my sales of our clothes, because it's like they have a lot of stuff here which can complement just the shirts, you know. So let's look through. This was very rare in 012, 011, 010. But now it's been here for like a year now. Nobody bought it yet, but I'm hoping someone will come buy it. And this matches mine. Even though it's bad to mix Adidas with Nike, but these glasses I got here is the Alexander Wang, then Gentle Monster. This is another one of it. But I prefer my eyes closed, so I use this one. here. A lot of people come here though. A lot of people all over Accra, all over Ghana. You have people from other regions who come here to shop. Right now, our stuff is out of stock here, but I think I have one. But I'm going to the office to make more clothes and come stock it up here. Yeah, our stuff is out of stock here, but I'll show you guys when we go to the office. Okay, my life growing up wasn't that easy for me because like we didn't have our own house, so we were moving from places to places, and I think that's one of the main reasons that like made me like gave me an idea of like fashion and made me know how to interact with different kinds of people, because like I grew up like jumping from one hood to one hood. Same in Tema, but it was like different people meeting different people, so it opened my eyes to like what people like, and it also gave me an idea of how to fit myself in my society. But like growing up, I went to Dex Junior High School, and afterwards I went to high school, like senior high school in Ebri, which is like another region. But after high school, my brother was a dancer back then, so like his friends come watch like all 50 Cent videos, Bone Tax, Wu-Tang. They come to our house. I was little by then, but I was like watching them, and like I like what they were doing, so like I was like, oh, I can do something like this when I'm also grown and cool, you know. So now my brother is an engineer, but it's all good. Yeah, so growing up, it was like, and we didn't have a lot of money, so the streets was all we had, like the support from our friends. Like sometimes I remember like I don't eat, but my crew members, they support me with money and other stuff. So it wasn't easy, but we knew where we wanted to be, and we knew our vision, so we couldn't stop. Like we dressed cool, we wore like what we want. Like, you know, some parties they be like, oh, like strictly black or something, but we wear white baggy jeans to parties just to be thrown out. But we were happy though. But at the end of the day, we'll enter 30 minutes, the party's over, but we knew like we accomplished our aim, you know. We knew we wanted to impact something. We wanted to, like, our presence was our marketing, because like I didn't even have a phone by then, so like I had to be there to show people what I'm about, you know. So yeah, that's how growing up for me was. It was all about motivation from the streets. Since we didn't have, like, we had like all we had was ourselves and our vision, and we focused on it, and now we're still doing great stuff here. When we started, we had a lot of criticisms, because like people only paid attention to, let me say, bankers and people who are in school where I'm from. And if you're not in school, then you should be out there hustling, like carrying something on your head. Like, you shouldn't go out there and take photos. That's not a hustle, you know. That's, people didn't like appreciate that from us. But like as time goes on, they saw it, they saw where we were going, they saw our vision. And like now, when I go to when we go to Tema, maybe you guys, you recognize the respect we have in our community right now. And as I speak to you, like, they are even waiting for me to come there, or waiting for us to come there for Kwesi show. Like, now I stay in Accra now, since our office is in Accra. So like, it wasn't easy, but now they understand, and now they are all supporting us and praying for us. A few people are catching up with the creative scene, like music-wise, fashion-wise. Like, few people are making waves, and I know, like, in like 5 years time or 10 years time, there will be like Accra Fashion Week will be something known to the entire world, because like now everybody is on the rise, working hard to pull their stuff out there and represent Ghana to the max. So 5 years from now, I think like Accra Fashion will be noticed in the world scene. We're going to Tiptoe Lane, which is the busiest place in Circle. It's called Tiptoe Lane because it's so busy, like people have to tiptoe, but it's not that busy though, but that's how they call it, Tiptoe Lane. So that's where we're going now.
Tiptoe Lane. There's not too many things you can't buy in this crazy market. from electrical goods, spices and foods, to fabrics and materials for clothing. You haven't truly experienced Ghana's hustlers in action until you stop here. Luckily, this is where the lads source their materials from, so we walked about 15 minutes or so we can see and follow their garment making process.
What's up? Yeah. So busy. You. What's up? The warehouse, that's our office.
Packing a farmer, Martin Silver Salt, and Tem, and she said, glass, Martin Silver Salt, no background, no, dear Boom, Chebianum, and Opa, no, we are, was I gas a fridge, Wamako school power, was I by the Yanum, and put us and your trust, and the aeroplane. If you rabbit, I don't I will pick it on 19. Yeah, you may bear me say.
And then so yes, yeah. And Metro, you didn't think Metro, right? T. Okay, this way. This way we print our stuff. So all the production happens here. Sorry, our AC is broken. So we're gonna take you through the process of making one shirt. Then we can wrap it up. You see how the thing is? Bring this one, see how it makes. Yeah, we made this shirt. I'm gonna make this same shirt with this neon shirt. Yeah, like Kofi Mole, Mr. also requires here sometimes. These are tags though, so we have large, medium, extra large. So like whenever we print out, we just cut it and we sew it to the shirts right here. I gotta wait for this to be a little bit hot so that I could dry the paint. Yeah, everything is handmade. Everything is handmade. This is what we use to support our NGO programs in Tema. We divide the profit and we keep half and use half for our community. Because we want the originality of the clothes, you know, and we also don't have like enough funds to afford a lot of machines right now. So we just want to make everything handmade now, so we have enough funds to get bigger machines and stuff. And we also don't believe in like our stuff made somewhere and we're selling it here. We want to make everything from our tags to our jeans to everything, make everything here. So okay, so first we used to print with a man. He's called Mr. Ponson. So at a point when we got this office, our guy who gave us this office told us if he's gonna give us a space, then we gotta learn how to print ourselves, you know. So we used a week. We went to the man again for a whole week just to watch him print stuff. Then we we learned it by sight, so then we came to the office and made it happen. So we gotta wait for this to be like 150. Yeah. There we go.
Just like that.
Yeah. You know, you gotta put it here. Yeah, this is the first process. Then we gotta put it back. Gotta position it. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. Got a new t-shirt made.
Free the Youth Ghana is a symbol for the future of this great nation. Self-sufficiency and reinvesting in your community were the key themes here. It doesn't matter how much resources you have, you can always create and you can always give back.
So right now, we're on our way to go meet up with a young creative called Prince Giassi. He's a visual artist doing amazing things. On our way to Osun, same place we went to yesterday. Should be interesting.
Well, you know we couldn't come to Ghana without trying some authentic Ghanaian cuisine. Prince invited us to a banging restaurant called Buka, where we sat down to have some lunch before heading back to his house. Prince is an incredibly humble human being, but his art has taken him global. He only uses his iPhone to take pictures, and his outlandish use of colour has attracted international attention.
My name is Prince Giassi. I'm a visual artist and I'm from Ghana, West Africa.
Love that, love that. Cool, so how did you get into art?
I started in school. When I was in the Accra Academy, I was taking pictures of abstract stuff, like, because I was a rapper, so I was always trying to find a cover art, just in case, like, in future purpose, if I ever do a song, what would the cover be, and all that. And yeah, then I just had a BlackBerry phone, so I was just using that. And gradually I saved up, got an iPhone, and it was a practice ever since. And ever since then, it's been great. It's a good experience and a great journey.
So there's a couple interesting things about the way that you do your photography and stuff. Is number one, you take all your pictures on iPhone.
Yeah.
Number two, the colors. Crazy. So talk to us a bit about why you wanted to kind of stick to the iPhone photography.
It's just about, like, you know, I'm an artist, I'm a visual artist, so it's about, like, you can use whatever tool. You don't need all this, like, technical stuff to be able to tell your story. I believe that as an artist, you can use whatever tool. I can use a camera, I can use anything else to just tell my story. You know, so I just wanted to be, to just stand out, because everybody's doing the same thing. Exactly. And I came to meet the gurus, you know, the gurus of the camera, the photographers, Joshua and all these people. So how do I do something that stand out, at least for some time? And I was like, let me just continue doing my iPhone thing, and it just makes everybody, like, psychologically feel like they're supporting something that it's gonna help them with their mental health issues and stuff. So that's why I also use color a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. So like even when you're editing the pictures, like what's that process like for you?
It's like when you're cooking, it's like adding stuff in ingredients to just get the results that you want, because you know you're working with people.
Exactly.
You're not working for yourself. It's for people. So I just have to be careful how I bring out stories to people, make sure it doesn't affect them, but it enlightens them and it brings them happiness and joy. So that's very important too when I'm creating. Yeah.
In terms of like the actual art and the pictures themselves, like obviously you're always telling stories for your pictures, and each one has like its own individual meaning.
Yeah.
So talk to us about, you know, kind of the stories that you like to capture with your photography and where the inspiration comes from.
Inspiration comes from Accra. Basically, it's just the way the city looks every single day, and the people and everything. And it's, you know, like I always want to think different, like abstract. So it's not just the way it is. I just go and just document the moment. No, I just have to put my touch to it. That's why it is my work.
Exactly.
It's not anybody else's work. So it's very important for that too. And also I usually work with the kids in Jamestown, because that's why we started an organization called Boss Kids Charity. With my partner Kukwa. And ever since then, it's been amazing, because telling these stories are true. We don't have to fake it, you know. So it's been a great experience for me to be working with people and trying to help them, like take them out of the box they're in, and also trying to help them mentally and emotionally, you know, because people are going through a lot. And I know color is like a source of therapy for human emotions, so it's good.
Even not just on the creative, oh my God, just on the creative scene in Ghana in general, it's like, since we've been here, we've met some amazing people like already, you know, we've only been here for a couple of days, and you know, you all seem pretty well connected. So we met Sandy, who you know, of course.
Yeah.
So like, tell us a bit more about the scene, you know, for people who's looking to get an insight into what's going on in Ghana.
I think Ghana, it's a lot going on. A lot of creatives, and everybody's creating. Everybody's trying to find their way to tell their own stories. And for me, it's about telling it in a unique way, because everybody's doing, like, you don't want to be doing the same thing that everybody's doing. Exactly. So that's one of the things that I actually measured before, like continuing doing this, and that's what's pushing me, because you know we have to change the narrative. And Ghana is like a place for things like that, you know. Like Kwame Nkrumah said, the African Renaissance are supposed to tell the stories from the society the way it is. We don't have to wait for someone to come tell our stories for us. Exactly. So that's one of the major inspirations that we follow, and we gravitate on that, and then we keep telling the stories.
Cool.
That was a good one.
Thank
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, man. So just talk to us a bit about where do you feel like, you know, the future of creativity in Ghana will kind of end up. Yeah, where it's going.
I don't. For me, I can't tell where it will end up, because it depends on all of us. One person can't do it alone. I might have a good intention, but you don't know other people. You know, humans are always humans, but for me, I'll always tell the Ghanaian stories, African stories, and I will not always be in Ghana alone. I'll just travel around and try to get all these stories that are not getting their voices out. Exactly. All these people who can get their voices out, they don't have the platforms that we have. And that's one important thing that people, creatives, need to tackle or need to think about and take it as a priority. Because we're always thinking about ourselves and how we can get our own truth out there. But you know, these people, they trust us, they rely on us because we are able to tell the stories for them. So for me, I think creativity in Ghana has a long way to go. I mean, we're getting there. This time has changed a bit. Everybody's trying to do something. Everybody's trying to create something, because then the African parents don't understand that we're creating. You know, when we're coming up, nobody's gonna. When you're gonna tell your mom you're gonna be a visual artist, she's gonna slap you, man. Like, nobody wants to hear that. They want you to wear suits and tie, doctor dreams and all that. But yo, creativity changed everything. once they're seeing a little cash. Yeah, a little cash now, they believe that there's something in it. So I mean, it's not for the cash, but you know, just for the African parent to know that we can do something with it. We can support them if we were doing this thing and they support us. So yeah, I just hope that it gets better in a few years, and all the diaspora, the diaspora from America, from the UK, they're coming back to their roots. So it's also good because then they can also teach us something that we don't know. Exactly. Yeah, because we all need to learn. We're also going to teach them what they don't know about their culture. So it's good. I think it's going to help the creative industry a lot. Yeah, and now that it's been hard for people to understand art, and for now I think people are learning about it now. Because then like they're like, oh, what are you doing with your iPhone? Are you crazy? And you know, like, at the end of the goal is to just redefine logic. So just hope it works. I have faith.
When it comes to music right now, Africa, West Africa in particular, is leading the charge and breaking boundaries. Ghana is one of the heavy hitters right now, pioneering new sounds and telling new stories, not only through Afro beats, but a whole plethora of genres. We caught up with two of Ghana's trailblazers, Joey B and Rhea Boss.
Beezy, Season, them boys, cheesy. I'ma get it right, beat it up. Ike.
My name is Daryl Bannerman Martin, stage name Joey B. I'm a musician from Ghana, Accra precisely. Yeah, I'm just here to take Ghana to the world, so one of those things. It started when I was in like secondary school, and then all the way through uni, and then my first blow was when I was in uni, like my final year in university, and then I haven't looked back. I haven't even like tried to get a 9 to 5. It's just the music has been quite lucrative, so you know, like I feel like everything I studied in school is just I left it in school. Now I'm just doing music, you know. Okay, so I burst into the scene when it was like a Zonto era, you know, and I really didn't like pioneer that sound. I came to meet it and I just contributed, you know. I've been there from stages Shashi Wuwu till today, and I'll definitely say that there's been a change, you know. There's been points where, or there's been times where like I just felt like, I didn't even feel like I was just doing whatever I wanted to do, but I just felt like I didn't want to sound like everyone else, you know. So I just didn't care what everyone would say. I didn't care how the music would do. I was just there, and I'm still here for like, you know, pushing, you know, envelopes, you know. So yeah, I'm still here. I always say that I have like 3 sides to myself. Like something I'm really serious, and something I just want to like play foolish, you know. And Tonga is like one of my songs where like I was just really bored in the studio and just started like doing stupid things, you know. And people liked it, so I was like, okay, cool. And I really didn't want to, you know, drop it. I had a song called Cigarette. That was like very, very like, you know, I feel like that was Joey. That was like very musical, but it did well, but I didn't do well. Yeah. You know. And Tonga like really. Can I cuss or no? Yeah, Tonga kind of fucked it up. Like it fucked the whole movement, because I was trying to like, you know, do like no cigarette smoking and all of these like, you know, nice things to, you know, educate people. But it really went into the bin. Meaning people, I just realized that people don't really like good shit. You know, that song was good, but Tonga just wiped it out. Like so this is one of those things. I just take it like that and just move. Yeah, I would always say that I made more money from Wave and Relano than Tonga. And when I say this, people don't understand, right? I made physical plenty of money. Like, you know, Tonga was just nice. It opened doors for me. I feel like that song was like, it was just one of those songs where God just gave to me that, yo, I want people to know, okay, this guy is there, this guy is talented. Like, that's all. But it really didn't define me as an artist. It just, you know, it just propelled me to like a different, you know, level or something like that. But it's not something that I would want to do. I haven't really looked back and done that kind of sound. I don't really, you know, I like to try new things. I like to like, you know, do some crazy nice things, you know. And Tonga is nice, but it's not my thing.
Yeah.
'Cause you're my rider, you were my rider. You were my, you were my rider. You were my, you were my rider. You were mine, yeah. My name is Ria Boss, a singer, songwriter, producer, activist, and I'm from Accra, Ghana, and I live in Accra. Yeah. My sound. I think if you'd asked me this question like 4 years ago, I would have said maybe like acoustic folk. But now I'm so heavily in the neo-soul R&B genre because I feel like my voice has grown within it. So, and it's a bit of an Afro fusion as well. So then I like to call it like African neo-soul music. Mostly because I'm Ghanaian and I'm an African. And then the music I make is particularly soulful in its melody and in its roots as well. So yeah, African neo-soul, I'll call it that. Yeah. I mean, what I will say, yeah, is that there's been people like Osibisa or Ifya who have pioneered their own type of, let's say, fusion, whether it's high life fusion, soul fusion, funk fusion. But with me being, let's say, the only woman who's doing like a very pointed kind of soul music, first it was difficult because it's harder to get played on the radio because if I don't necessarily have the biggest mainstream following here in Accra, so that can be difficult. But I think that being a pioneer in something in a place like Ghana is pretty awesome because if you're one of the only people doing it, then if you make it, you fucking made it, you know? So like, I'm literally being persistent. And when I first got back, I was lucky enough because I know a lot of people in the industry already. I went to high school with a lot of people, like Kuvi, the producer. Because of them, I had access that I wouldn't necessarily have had otherwise. And because of that access, I was able to perform like Chalewate Festival or Ifya's Girl Talk Show, and then also headline my own show at Seraglio. Then eventually just start getting called for different gigs. And then I did something called the Black Girls Glow Residency with 6 other Ghanaian musicians, rapper, poet, singers. And it was kind of an initiative to get more women working in music together, collaborating. After that, and we had a concert, like after that, all of a sudden it was like people started knowing who I was a bit more. And then I started pushing out more music, and then eventually I pushed out the Thank God It's Rhea series, where I did 11 EPs in 11 weeks, and that really got a lot of attention, and finally they started playing my music on the radio! I'm being played on the radio! Yeah, that's lit.
Like, it's really nice to be patriotic, or it's nice to like support your people, it's nice to like, you know, produce from Ghana, it's nice to originate from here, sound wise, look, culture, everything. But it's just one thing that really upsets me because I feel like I don't belong here. Like, yeah, I say this all the time because I feel like you said, I'm always like a step ahead, and I think way broader than like the typical Ghanaian, you know, and that kind of upsets me. But I feel like it's not my will. God knows why He put me here in Ghana, you know. Maybe I have to take my country to the next level, or to the world, or whatever it is. So I've accepted that. But then I think they also, Ghana has like a very nice culture. I'm proud to be Ghanaian. I'm proud to like, you know, all of my sounds and everything like I learned everything from here, you know. But yeah, it's just one of those things as well. Future. I sort of don't plan anything, like I said before. I really don't. I just see myself being bigger than who I am right now, just with time, you know. It's just a matter of time. I'm a very patient human being. I'm very God-fearing, and I believe in God, so I just know that, okay, I'll just work and, you know, push to some extent, and I'll just leave it to Him. So I can't, when somebody asks me about like, okay, what's about the future, or what would I be doing, or whatsoever, I really don't have any specific answers. Like everything I'm doing now, I never planned it. I don't plan anything. I just go with the wind, you know. And yeah, I'll pretty much say that I'll just wait and see what happens. And that's the reason why I never like to hide my age or anything, because I want to grow and see what's ahead of me. Like I'm just anxious to see what's up, you know. Yeah.
I think here it's really about like the networking, right, and who you know. And I think that what we kind of have here is
community. We might not necessarily have a lot of the infrastructure, for example, like being able to plug your music places, but I think that because of the community, because you can be friends with all these different artists, everyone's pushing each other's music. We have something called Aftown, which was done by Antoine Mensah, which is a digital streaming service for Ghana. And so all of us artists have the opportunity to put our music on there and actually have people buy it with like mobile money. Here we have like mobile money, or, you know, if they don't have like credit cards and stuff like that, or you can pay with actual cash and get like music downloaded. So there's like initiatives like that. Then there's Musica, which is like an association for musicians here. It's a little outdated, but I think that because it exists, there's still like a little bit of a framework within which you can work and try to get like your royalties and stuff. We've got Gamro. So when your music is played on the radio, you are supposed to get like a royalty, and so there's certain agents that are in place to help that, but it's also about the artists following up as well. So infrastructure, I think we're still getting there, but the community is so beautiful, and now we have so many opportunities to perform, so many different shows, so many different festivals, and everybody's really getting into like just these young cats coming up and trying to do music. So I think that the community is what's really helping us over here. And then eventually I feel like the community is gonna start building like our own, like, you know, publishing and stuff like that as well. But that we're yet to have.
Remember, like when I was in Nigeria, like last week, I feel like the pop culture is way better than Ghana because they think different. You know, they do everything differently, but they're still proud Nigerians, and they call that scene alter. I don't know if you know about that. Alternative. It's alternative, but they call it alter. And alter is basically like very, very nice, mellow, different music, but it's not mainstream friendly. You know, it's just really about being super creative and showing like, you know, creativity aspects. And I feel like Ghana is almost getting there. It's gradually getting there. I was telling my friends yesterday that I feel all of these, I'm not clowning anybody right now. I really appreciate and accept whatever, like, you know, the people accept. But like all of these like mediocrity when it comes like in terms of sound, I feel like it will just, it's mediocre obviously, you know, it will, you know, go somewhere else. And the real shits will, like, you know, will be on the surface. Yeah, so I'm just waiting, and that time will come and I'll be like, yo, I told you niggas, I told you. I always like, you know, saying that, I told you. It's just a matter of time. People aren't patient. People always say that, like, there's no time to go, time to do this thing, but really and truly there's time. And everyone's just rushing because we're in a very competitive world. You know, someone wants to be the best, someone wants to, with that you need to work effectively, and you need to, it's just really a very competitive world we're in, and people just feel that there's no time because my friend is, you know, doing it very well, is doing it big now. He's doing it big now because that's his time, you know, and your time will come, definitely. It's just a matter of time. So I just feel like matter of time, all this like creative stuff like in Ghana will rise, you know, it's just time.
So you know how right now we've got like a whole bunch of like alt Nigerian acts that are like are performing at like Coachella or every big festival. I really feel like give Ghana like a good year and a half, 2 years, and you're going to be seeing a new crop of artists that are able to perform on a more global stage, simply because now there are spaces. We've got all types of music studios opening now. We have a lot of rehearsal spaces. We have people that are willing to invest in music, in art, in the infrastructure, even in music education. Like one of my biggest things here is music education. I do songwriting workshops, and so if anybody wants to learn, they can learn. So I feel the future for our creative industry is that it's going to be way more global. And like now we're seeing the influx of people coming home, coming back, wanting to tap into their roots, the motherland. And as they're coming back, they're also realizing that the motherland has so much rich music, so much rich culture, and we're just as cool, if not cooler. You know what I mean? Like everything comes back to the motherland. So I believe that in terms of the Ghanaian creative scene, man, there's only up, because you're going to be seeing some of us winning Grammys, holla. You know, you're going to see some of us getting Oscars, holla. Yeah, you're going to see Ghanaians all over the place, because I feel like right now, people who want to get it are getting it. nobody's wasting time. Time no day. If you see out there, I'll tell you time no day. Time no day.
That's why I am here. Okay, young lady. I am strong. Say that. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am divine. Lady, you are strong. You are beautiful. You are divine. Say that one more time. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am divine. I am divine. You fit the same shit.
Unfortunately, our trip was coming to an end. Luckily, we had one final motive to attend, and boy, I couldn't wait to get drunk, zank you like a madman, and do all of that stuff. Well, at least try to. All the creators we linked up with while we were in Ghana were playing some part in this event. This was an amazing opportunity to see them all in action and get a taste of the creative scene out here firsthand.
Right now we're at the Jameson party, about to get lit. As you can see here, we're with Surf Ghana. They set up their skate park here. So we got all the young kids skating. It's looking lit, man. You see, we're gonna turn up, so there's not gonna be too much of me talking, but we're gonna document everything, so.
Proud of tonight. Tonight we have achieved our first goal, that we try to democratize skateboarding, you see. So this kind of event helps us really to teach people how to skate. Any random people like women, girls, guys, everyone can try and appreciate the culture. So I'm really glad about it. I'm just so happy today.
So right now we're in the main square for the Jameson event. As you can see behind me, we've got tattoos over there, we've got screen printing, we've got a craft market where they're selling rings and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. We've got food over there. It's lit, man. I'm a London boy, but tonight I'm Ghanaian. I'm Ghanaian. Hey.
So this is iPhone DJ from Ghana. I'm a DJ, I do it with this. And we just shut down Jameson Connect concert. Yeah, that was mad. Okay, so the creatives in Ghana in here, they are a bit more daring. Like, we like to take things into our hands, make things happen. We are innovative. We're always trying to be number one. So yeah, basically that's just what it is.
Coming to Ghana, I had no idea what to expect. I always love Ghanaian people, but being here and being immersed within the creative culture, I'm truly in awe. Living in London, it's shameful to admit that some of the diaspora often see Western culture as superior to African culture. We couldn't be more wrong. The amount of opportunity and talent in Ghana is crazy. We wanted to tell an untold story from Ghana, not only to celebrate some amazing individuals, but to also celebrate a thriving culture that is developing at an alarming rate. Africa is rising, and Ghana, Accra, is one of the epicenters of this revolution. One thing I've learned is there's no excuse. Whether you have resources or not, you can still create magic. We're witnessing the early stages of a creative renaissance emerging from Ghana, and it's giving hope and inspiration to the next generation. The future is bright. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for this amazing country. And hopefully, we'll be back in December to continue celebrating many testimonies for the new year.